Welcome back to He's a Giant, a pod about all things college football and all things Giants football. I'm your host, Sal, here with my co-host, Monty. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Sal? It's exciting back here in Playback. People seem to really like our Carson Beck review last week. We got a lot of replays on YouTube, so we figured we kind of run it back, do it with Shedeur Sanders, probably the other guy who's the favorite for QB1 right now. Talk with you guys if anybody wants to come up, just like last time. Put it in the chat or ask come up, and we'll bring you up here, and we can just talk some ball. Feel free to be in the chat or, catch us on YouTube or whatever, or on Twitter. This is on there today. But yeah, man, I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for joining us. Another experimental viewing for us. We're doing this new All-22 watch, and it was kind of fun last week doing the Carson Beck one. It was fun having a third person up here looking at it. So we're going to try this again with Shedeur Sanders. As you mentioned, another guy who's probably the other favorite to be QB1, although there are some other guys in the running there.
For sure.
So just like last week, the format's going to be 2 games. We're going to try to get through one that we thought was a really good one that maybe he wasn't as good, and try to get a look at all the good and all the bad of Shedeur Sanders from 2023, and something to kind of look at and start analyzing, to think about what you want to see from the guy next year, which is how we looked at the Carson Beck situation. And for those who didn't see it, the Carson Beck review was really, for us, it was very telling. We saw a lot of good stuff in one of his games. I think it was the game against Kentucky, where he really was very good at dissecting a fairly soft defense, destroying soft zone, making good decisions. Really didn't have any mistakes in that game.
No.
And then the next game where he played against it was against Missouri.
Yeah.
Where he struggled a lot, and he faced a lot more heavy pressure, and we saw a completely different quarterback. So we're going to try to do the same thing here and see 2 different games on Shedeur Sanders. So, but before we get into that, a couple of quick things in Giants world, Monty. Like, not a lot going on. OTAs and training camp is kind of like the quiet time. It's the time to do other stuff. But a little bit of news in the Giants world and football world. So tonight, for example, late breaking news, as per Ricky, who warned us again, Trevor Lawrence got paid. What do you got? $55.5 million, something like that per year.
Yeah, he tied Joe Burrow for highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Right. Fantastic deal for Trevor Lawrence. And there's an active debate going on Twitter and other places in sports right now about, like, is it worth it? Should they have done it?
Yeah.
I
thought you were going to talk about the Daniel Jones thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of people who are going to look at the total career stats and say, how is he different than Daniel Jones? They're going to put him side by side and say it's the same person. Yeah, I mean, I feel free to do that if you want. I think the majority of the football world knows the difference.
Yeah.
His first year, Trevor Lawrence was in the situation with Urban Meyer, which was a disaster and had horrific production.
Probably the worst head coach in NFL history.
Yeah, and then he turned it around the second year, really strong second half of the second year with Doug Peterson. Took his team to the playoffs, won a playoff game. We've heard that before, right? But he had a really great second half, put up 2 straight 4,000-yard seasons. Nobody would go so far as to say like he was a top 5 type quarterback in those 2 years, but definitely an ascending quarterback. A little bit of a step back last year, but still was pretty productive. This is what I would say about the quarterback discussion, because I think it's a fair thing. Where do you draw the line, and who you pay and how much you pay? And the way I look at it is this. When it comes to paying a quarterback, it's about whether or not you are meeting the threshold to get paid. It's not so much about how much you're getting paid, because how much you get paid, a lot of it is dictated by, are you setting the market, and what the price value is at the market at the time, because all these guys want to get paid the most at the moment, and they just keep going one after another. So the question is not how much you're getting paid. The question is, should you get paid? Do you meet requisite criteria? Do you cross that threshold? I mean, in my mind, it's tough, but the threshold I would have is, it's not this arbitrary, are you a top 5, top 8, top 10? Because even that, those rankings move year to year. So what does that really mean? The way I look at it is while paying your quarterback, do you have a strong belief based on evidence that you're going to be in serious contention to win your division and your conference year after year and be Super Bowl contenders? If you think the answer to that question is yes, while paying that quarterback, and he's a big part of that, I can see why you would pay him. If you are not sure, or if you think the answer is no, then it doesn't matter if you pay him $60 million, $40 million, $20 million. You shouldn't pay him. don't pay him a damn thing. Like at that point, you're just saying this guy's not going to keep me in contention. It's not worth paying him anything. So that to me is more of a threshold thing as opposed to like the value discussion that people keep having. Like, oh, well, this guy's at 40, this guy's at 50. I don't think that matters. Because at the end of the day, in real value, when it comes to like cap dollars, these teams who believe in these quarterbacks, they push that money back, right? They're not often playing on 50, $60 million cap hits. They just keep punting that number because they believe in these guys because they think they clear the threshold. Time will tell if they're right, but I think that's how I look at it. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said, but I will say that I don't necessarily agree. Obviously, they are higher on Trevor Lawrence than I am. They see him every single day. They know who they think he can be. But to me, I didn't see the rush in paying Trevor Lawrence. You had, a terrible first year that was kind of beyond his control. You had a really good second year, and then he's like said, he regressed this last year. And that price is only going up because the market is going up. Trevor Lawrence could throw for 6,000 yards next year. He's not going to cost any more than what you're paying him right now outside the market. You're just resetting the market with him. That's what you do. You don't get paid. You don't have a great season and get paid 10 million more because you had a great season. So to me, I feel like you have Tua who needs to get paid. Dak will end up getting paid next year. Those guys might change it more Dak probably than Tua, but there's no guy who's going to like really move this market right now. So to me, I would have given him another year, see what he could do to really be absolutely sure I'm ready to pay him as the number one paid quarterback in the NFL. If I felt like I was getting a deal and, I already felt like he will get there and I'm confident, then sure. But even if you do believe him, I just don't really see the rush because not much is going to change. A couple $1 million, but it's an unpredictable league, and you already saw him regress. I'm just more cautious on it, and I'm not normally this way. Like if you're sure you're going to pay a guy, then just pay him. But I'm not sure if I would want to pay Trevor Lawrence if he went and repeated what he did last year. I don't think he will, but so yeah, it's tough. Happy for Trevor Lawrence, but I felt like it was unnecessary to pay him right now.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you can make that argument, but I just feel like the discussion sometimes gets misguided in terms of, well, how much are you paying? It's more of, do you pay him or not? I think that's the real issue. So
I agree.
It's interesting. I think this question with the way these quarterbacks are getting paid, the amounts they're getting paid, and some of the non-quarterbacks, guys like Justin Jefferson, who just became the highest paid non-quarterback ever. I think the question is going to start being asked, like, where's the line, right? You can't pay everybody. And I kind of think what's happening right now is you're going to get a drowning out of the middle class. I think that's the end result of all this of NFL players, because the top guys are always going to get paid. Like, you're not going to not pay Justin Jefferson, right? You're not going to not pay Jamar Chase. You're not going to not pay Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert and these guys. But just because you pay, let's say, Justin Jefferson $35 million a year, doesn't mean that you're going to take, I don't know, Jerry Jeudy, and you should give him $18 million because that's what he got, right? I don't think that the rising tide lifts all boats thing really makes any sense in a salary cap league. I think when these top guys are making that much more money as a percentage of the cap, you have to actually start thinking like, well, some of these guys are not that much more valuable than like some of the guys coming out of college, right? And so you may not want to pay them, and it's going to be interesting how this goes. So
For sure.
I'm curious. I think what's going to end up happening is that we're going to see a drowning of the middle class, and you're going to see guys who are good players, not great players, really get signed for value. And you might actually see the Moneyball thing going on,
Yeah.
where the top teams are like, I'm not paying the top guy. I'm getting 3 of these other guys for the next year because they're so cheap right now.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, if the middle class starts to get drowned out and suddenly, you look at like the contract Baker Mayfield just signed, for example, like you already kind of started, like he did not get paid what people thought he would get. Look at what the contract Geno Smith signed. He didn't necessarily get paid what people, those guys suddenly, like if they can perform like Baker Mayfield did last year, if Geno Smith can perform like he did 2 years ago, suddenly that's I would much rather take my chances with guys like that to win at the contract they're getting paid with than Trevor Lawrence, for example, and what he's getting paid right now until he gets better.
It's going to be an interesting thing to see play out, because it's really hard to win when like 2 or 3 guys on your team are making like Dallas, for example, right? If they keep their guys, Dak is looking at 60 million a year right now. Right, he's staring right at 60 million, and if he hits the open market, which he has every right to, it's hard to imagine him not getting to 60 or really close to 60 at this point.
Yeah, he has so much leverage.
Micah Parsons is arguably a top 5, top 3 edge rusher in the NFL. He's going to make 30, 32, 33 million at least, maybe 35.
I think, yeah. I mean, look, I think you have 2 guys on that team who have a good case to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL between Lamb and Parsons. Yeah. I think they both could have an argument to go get paid over Justin Jefferson. I mean, I think if you sign CeeDee Lamb today, he probably gets a little bit less to the same as Justin Jefferson, but a year from now, it's like, hey, the market went up, the cap went up, you got to pay me 36, 37. And Mike Parsons might be sitting there like, hey, I want to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. And suddenly, tough situation there.
Exactly. Anyway, that's kind of it. The only other thing going on in Giants line specifically are some of the rotational things with the offensive line. I think it's worth noting, that there's a lot of discussion going on about the offensive line rotations. As it stands, it feels like the line is going to be most likely Andrew Thomas, left tackle, Jermaine Illuminor, left guard, JMS at center. Sounds like John Runyon is going to be locked in at right guard, and I guess it's Evan Neal at right tackle. But the interesting thing is, who's getting the snaps at right tackle when Evan Neal is not playing because of injury? It's not Jermaine Illuminor, it's Josh Azudu. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, man, I don't like it. I don't like how they're handling it. I haven't really agreed with how they've handled the offensive line for a long time. I guess for good reasons, because we've had a pretty fucking bad offensive line. So hopefully this is the one time, where I'm wrong on this. I guess I've been wrong when they've also been bad. But regardless, yeah, man, to me, they did all this rotational shit last year, and it kind of pisses off. But this year, where I felt like it made the most sense to do some rotation, where you have Evan Neal and you brought in Jermaine Illuminor, who can, compete with him for that, let the best man win, and the loser goes in the side to guard, let them both get a little bit of experience at guard, get a little bit of experience at right tackle. I felt that was the best way to go. I thought the way they were going to go, the way they attacked free agency, it made a lot of sense. But nope, they signed a swing tackle and they're changing him to guard instead of just signing a guard, because they guess what? Why they did that? Because they know that there's a chance they're going to need him. So they're going to train him on the opposite side of the line. And if things go wrong, they're going to move him back to the right, move him to right tackle. And then, what are you going to do? Are you then going to move Evan Neal to left guard? So he's going to have to change his footwork and go the opposite side of the line and learn guard at the same time. Are you going to move John Runyon to left guard and then move Evan Neal to right guard because it's going to make more sense? It's just a mess, man. To me, go get one more guard. I've been saying, like Greg Van Roten, he's going to cost you like $2 million. He's not going to cost you anything, and you just save some money from Darren Waller. We haven't talked about that. Not much to talk about, but he retired, so you got like $11 million in saving. Get a guy like that. Have those two compete at right guard, right tackle, switching off. Have Greg Van Roten, rotating in there a little bit, and just stick Runyon at left guard where he prefers to play. It makes so much sense to me, but I don't know. It feels like they are hoping for the 1% optimal scenario that's going to work. And I don't disagree with them that maybe this is the best scenario if everything works, where you put Runyon next to Neal, so he's going to help him a bit more, and Evan Neal, who you want to be, you have him at tackle. I don't disagree with these things that this is the best scenario if everything works out, but they're just not preparing well for if one thing doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of it seems to be like a pretty consistent theme of the Joe Shane era, which is take the outlier strategy and see if it works, right?
Yeah,
they do outlier things, and that's the bottom line. At the end of the day, you're just it doesn't make sense to me, but It's got to work. Just make it
Yep.
work. I mean, obviously, I think you and I would have the same kind of approach. We would easily just. It seems simple to me when they got Illuminar, and we talked about this in our free agency preview several months ago. We said if you go the route of not getting a guy like Hunt or a guy like Onwenu, who we really both wanted, another route would be get another guard plus a guy like Jermaine Illuminar, and that's kind of the route they went. Right? They went and they got Runyon. Wasn't high on a lot of people's list, but he's a quality NFL guard. Um, and they went and also went ahead and signed Illuminar. So we thought, and I think rightfully so, that okay, Runyon is best at left guard. That's where he's been playing the last couple of years. Put him at left guard, stabilize that position for once.
Yeah.
Stabilize left guard
Andrew
next to Andrew
Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just stabilize the blind side completely and the left side of the line fully. You got Jameis at center, so that's 3/5 of your line completely stable. And we both thought they were just going to rotate right tackle, right guard between Evan Neal and Jermaine Illuminar in camp and see what happens and go from there. And even if they started with Evan Neal at right tackle to start the season, if he failed out there, I think it's a lot easier for them to work with each other and just slide and switch places. I think that would have made some sense. But now I think the way it's structured, and when you hear what Jermaine Illuminar is saying, is I don't think he's moving off left guard. I don't think he's gonna. I mean. I actually don't think they're going to move him to right tackle. Except I have a feeling he's like their third option at right tackle at this point. That's what it feels like. I think
That's me scary.
I mean, I do think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to be
Yeah.
their left guard, and I think if Evan Neal is either hurt or doesn't play well, the next man up at right tackle is probably Josh Azudu with Illuminar at left guard. And if that fails, then I think they would go, okay, let's get Jermaine Illuminar to right tackle to stabilize it, and then somebody else plays left guard. I guess Aaron Stinney for now would be the guy, or who knows? I mean,
Crazy to me.
it's a lot of moving parts, right? It's an overly complex thing for who knows what reason, but we'll see, man. At this point, I'm kind of exhausted by trying to microanalyze all of their decisions. I'm just at the point where I'm like, hey, just make it work. Please just be good.
We'll
Just be good. Yeah. All right. I don't even know how long we've been going, but do you see a timer here?
No, I don't have one, but I think we've been going for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. So I said we'll probably just jump into
Let's go.
all 22 Shedeur. So just to give you guys an intro, the two games we're going to be doing. One, we start out first game of the season versus TCU, not defending national champions, but just appeared in the national championship the year prior versus Georgia. Came out. Colorado was, exciting. Deion Sanders just came there, and they kind of shocked the world in this game. It was a hot start for Deion and Shedeur. Shedeur threw for like 400 yards and 4 touchdowns or something, so we'll watch that. And then, it kind of died down the stretch of the year. So, you'll see we'll end with Oregon State, which was one of the final games of the year, was one of his worst games of the season. So you get an idea of kind of like the Jekyll and Hyde of Shedeur Sanders. But let me go ahead and pull this up.
All right. So again, same as last week, 2 games. Good one first and the other one next. So here we go. So this is 1st and 10. Let's start the game against TCU. First play of the college football season. So we like to look at, just for those who were watching last week, we like to look at pre-snap alignments of the offense and the defense. So in here, like, I don't know if you can go back at all. Sorry to do that to you, but
no, you're good.
Yeah. So we're on the 27. All right, stop. So the defense looks like they have, it looks like 3 down linemen, and they are playing single high, pretty far off the line of scrimmage. And now they're going up against what looks like 4 verts, right?
Yep.
It looks like 4 verts. So they're basically aligned in man across the board with a single high safety.
So to give you an idea on the style of TCU's defense they run, because I'm pretty familiar, because being a West Virginia fan, the Big 12, it's pretty common defense. West Virginia runs the same thing. It's called an odd stack, I believe it's called. It's a 3-3-5. You can see you have the 3 down linemen, you have the 3 box defenders right here, and then they run small with the 5 defensive backs. So that was kind of.
Can you point out like who's assigned to who here, just so people know what we're looking at when I say they're all in man?
So we got, and they run pretty heavy man coverage. We got assignment here. We have an assignment here. We have assignments here, assignment here. It looks like more of the kind of bracketing whoever's here in the
That
slot.
the linebacker at the top screen looks like he is showing blitz, but he could be bracketing. I think he's the only one that I'm not sure what
Yeah.
what he's doing
Hmm.
here. You got the Mike linebacker at the top, sort of faced over, just kind of staring at the quarterback and the running back, and you've got the other inside linebacker. I think he's playing a little bit of overhand coverage there, but or maybe he's just a hook defender. I'm not sure, but I mean, essentially they're lined up in man for verts here against four verts, and there's one safety over the top. So what Shedeur Sanders is looking at here, and I'm not sure what the play is going to be because I haven't looked at this yet, but he's got man across the board, and his assignment here is to figure out who's got the best matchup and who's going to get leverage, who's going to get open, and basically try to avoid that safety. I imagine, right? That's what his job is to keep this into man coverage. So
Hmm.
let's see what he does.
Takes a step, just checks it down to the running back, gets a little bit space to the sideline.
Okay, so that's probably a design play to get a check down right there.
Yep.
To get some early yard. It's almost like a run play. They stretch out the defense. The other thing you'll notice here is that, there this is something you see in college and not in the NFL with the wide hash marks. I mean, you've got guys lined up way, way, across the field, and it stretches the defense. That's something you're not going to see in the NFL because of the hash marks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say, something is interesting about the way that TCU runs this odd stack is, sometimes what they'll do is, they'll bring a lot of pressure from different areas of these odd stacks, and you just have more people. But the way TCU seeming kind of does it is they bring a lot of people down and just kind of match you with having more people for the amount of people that you're bringing into the box. And that it's not necessarily like a blitz heavy defense. They actually, I think they were the lowest blitz rate in all of college football, maybe in 2022. I'm not sure about 2023, but
Yeah, and we're seeing the same alignment here as actually from the offense. They're lining up like four versus again, like 10 personnel, no tight end, just five blocking, three on the line, and they're just stretching out the defense here. And now, if they were going to call, I don't know how much yardage they got on that first run. The first play looked like about 4 or 5 yards, but or did they get a first down? I'm not sure. But I mean, if
yeah.
you're going to call like look at the alignment here. You call a run, and this is where like stuff gets hard to analyze in college. If you call a run against this alignment, like you're probably ripping off a big gain here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's a thing about TCU's defense is, they handled well for kind of the bigger, slower backs. So they beat you with the amount of men that they can get into that box because they show a lot of people inside. But if you get a guy of speed who can just be a game breaker and get past them,
Hmm.
you saw they were really susceptible to that. So let's go
Let's
ahead
see
and
what
just
let's see what they call here. No, so far
and that was
reading.
to Travis Hunter,
Yep.
flag. But you know, Colorado is a very pass heavy offense. And we watch Oregon State. They definitely knew that. And we'll talk about some of the stuff they did versus them. But
So these look like preset plays here, right? He
mhm,
looks like he has one read. He's going there the whole way. And a lot of teams will do this the first like 15 plays or so. You guys have heard of it, like the scripted play. So it kind of looks like that's what they're doing here on offense, but we'll see. Again, we have a 3-by-1 formation, still four receivers on the field, just stacked 3-to-1 from
mhm.
the top to the bottom. And again, you see a lot of off alignment here from TCU. Not too different from what we saw from Kentucky against Georgia last week.
Yeah, just the outside guys play a little bit tighter than the guys at Kentucky did.
Looks like he wants to go over the top. Goes over
Yeah.
the top.
I mean,
And
yep. Didn't get, but I mean that's kind of the point of that coverage, though. When you run that 3-by-1, it gives you the opportunity to isolate Travis Hunter and give him a chance to hopefully get a one-on-one situation there. And that was in which kind of they did. That was definitely the goal. But
it's not a
you
bad
know,
throw there. I mean, I think he's looking at him the whole way, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not a bad throw here.
yeah, I'm trying to see if he could get him in any more stride on this. Yeah, I mean, he slows down for that. Travis
Alright.
Hunter has, some game-breaking speed, so.
I don't know about you, but I'm not getting the clearest image on these. It's a little blurry, but we hope it improves.
All
All
right,
right.
I was line up quick. Oh, trying to get them quick. It looks like they might have an extra man in the field right now.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see 11, but
Okay.
maybe there's somebody on the bottom of the screen I don't see. Yeah. I don't see a flag.
I saw a flag, so
Made it. Okay.
yeah, it was top of the screen, so it was just a read option, but they may have caught that they had an extra man in the field. We'll see. Yeah,
All
first
right.
down.
So 1st and 5. All right. So here we are. Another 3-by-1 alignment. 3 at the bottom of the screen. They're lined up way on the hash towards the top of the screen. Same thing. A lot of soft coverage from TCU. You see here, and it looks like in this drive they're just trying to challenge them vertically and stretch out the field. Let's see what they do. Takes the check down,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what? I think that's a good decision.
Yep.
Look at the space they're giving him. It's a 1st and 5. You're getting close to the red zone. They're just giving you the underneath stuff here.
Yeah. Well drawn up play. You just take it.
Mhm.
Nothing special from the quarterback standpoint, but
Not sure,
it's
not sure what the running back is doing there,
yeah.
but maybe you had to
Second
turn for
and
that
2.
ball. All right, so they're a little more. Okay, here we go. A little bit different here. A little bit more of a bunch formation relative to what we saw before. Same thing, 3-by-1 stack, 3 at the top of the screen, but they're bunched up a little bit closer here. And it looks like the defense is playing a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, not by much, but just by a little
Yeah.
bit here.
Starting to
There's
get
a
backed up to the end zone now.
Yep, and there's a lot of space on the bottom screen. So either put the yeah, it looks like Travis Hunter isolated,
And
in
on
press.
Josh Newton, it looks like.
Yep, and I mean, this is just Josh Newton over. Like, so if Travis Hunter gets outside leverage and heads towards the end zone, this is all Josh Newton here, right?
And that's kind of the goal when you like we talked about before when you set it up. You get your best playmaker. They have them on these they got these wide hashes. Put them out there to the left, and you're bunching up over here on the short side of the field, and you're gonna try to get a one-on-one here going
I mean,
deep.
you see Shedeur here, like just staring right at Hunter. So let's see
Yeah.
what happens here.
Oh no,
Oh,
he
see,
didn't send him.
okay.
Just try to they did it earlier. Maybe just trying to get them to kind of like bite on that.
Interesting.
Oh,
I mean,
they did get the Hunter though. Hunter was not the one who was on.
okay, so I don't know who's on the bottom of the screen there, but okay. Yep. All right. They took advantage of that soft coverage again. So they're just nickel and diming their way to the end zone here.
Mm-hmm.
1st and 10 from the 13. Same drive, opening drive. 3. Oh, this is so there's 5 wide here. Nobody in the backfield.
See that again. I'll pause it. Yeah, 5 wide. Yeah, this.
Going empty. And look at the line of scrimmage for once. 1, 2, 3,
Oh my
4, 5,
goodness.
6 on the line, and they're going empty. So
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing they're gonna show and then no.
they're
Yeah,
bringing that
they sent
pressure.
one guy back, but
He sees it. He gets the ball out quick.
yep.
I mean, so this is even though this isn't a completion, this is good decision making by Shedeur Sanders, right? He senses
Mm-hmm.
the pressure coming. He knows where it's coming from. He sees it pre-snap, and he just knows he doesn't have a lot of time here. Just get the ball out. Give your player
Mm-hmm.
a chance to make a play here. Nothing fancy, but I kind of like this, right? This shows like maturity. He's not going to take a sack here.
Yeah.
All right, so 3rd and 1. You'd think they'd call a run here, but let's see what they do.
Nope.
Nope.
Little screen.
Screen. So you
Wide
got the 1st
receiver
down,
screen.
and he's going to have a 1st and goal from about the 3-yard line.
They're a pass heavy team.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would pass against this. I mean, this is some pretty soft coverage, even here in the red zone. I mean, look how far off they're playing him. 3rd and 1.
All right. Ball's on the 2, 2nd down.
Here we have a tight end.
Just check it out to the running back. There we go.
Good play. That's good. That's a good play.
Methodical
watch.
on the
Yeah.
field.
So let's see. Was that the? Let's see if that's the play. So we're in 11 here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wants to see it, the slant, doesn't see it, gets the running back leaking out. That's a touchdown. There you go. That's a nice play.
Yep.
He's looking for the slant over the middle, doesn't have it, but the running back's his next option and gets a nice touchdown. So that's a really good first drive. Nothing fancy, but picking apart the defense, taking what they give them. I do appreciate quarterbacks who can take advantage of that.
Definitely. All right. So yeah, we come out again now here. We have 4 verts. Very again, look at that offense, crazy how they just run that. They are just heavy passing, 4, 5 wide receivers. Like let's run it. All right.
It seems like they're running a lot of quick game out of this like 4-vert offense, right? Like a lot of short, quick stuff here.
They put 5 into motion. They get him out into the slot over here to the right. And he just starts to break out. Wow. A well-placed ball.
Yeah, really nice. Good play there.
Look at it from this angle. It's really nice. Just, was pretty tight right there.
Yeah.
Puts it out to the right side of him where he can't get it. That was nice.
Yeah. That's a big time throw. Even though that's not a deep throw, that's a big time throw into tight coverage. Proper leverage on the throw there. So let's see here. I feel like I'm watching the same play over and over again. Here
I know.
5 wide.
The
So
same alignment.
We're going empty here, and they're rushing 3 against 5. So this is just receiver versus secondary. That's all this is here.
It's so funny watching it. You got like that 3-3-5 defense with 5 defensive backs, and then you're watching 5 wide receivers, 4 wide receivers. Like this is true college football, right? This is Big 12 football, and it's going to be Big 12 next year.
Yeah, you don't see this in the NFL.
No.
And once again, they take the short stuff underneath. They're like, hey, you want to give us like 5 yards or 6 yards, right? We'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a Madden game. Watching Rob play Madden.
I'll take that check down. That's fine. All right, that's a nice little gain here. I think he got like 6-7 yards there. Easy stuff. All right, 3rd and 3.
Money down.
All right.
Looks like we got 11.
Yeah, it looks like 11, and they're playing a little bit closer. I mean, it still looks like single high, but the safety is a lot closer to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like he's creeping in. So let's see, are they going to run it here? Looks like they're in formation to run it. Nope. Rolls.
Give him so much space.
That's it's easy money.
This feels like watching a more college version of the Kentucky game.
Yeah, this is like the real stuff. This is Saturday 3 p.m. game right here.
Yeah. I know there's some big plays that's coming in this game, if I remember correctly. Though there's some big passes.
But right now he's not forcing it. He's doing what he's supposed to. He's moving the chains and he's saying, "Hey, you're going to give me, you're going to give my receivers a 10-yard cushion. I'm taking it."
Yep, 1st and 10.
I mean, look at the cushion on the bottom of the screen. That is just ridiculous. Look at that. I mean, so the number, the receiver who's sort of on the outside slot there on the bottom of the screen. I mean, he's got nobody on him for, it looks like 13 yards.
Yep.
Unless that linebacker is like creeping up towards him, that's a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that a safety? I can't tell, but
yeah, it's hard to tell in this 3-3-5.
He's got a ton of space. My goodness. So where does Shedeur go with the
and he is slinging it. There it is. That's what we were talking. Oh, he drops it.
Yeah, that should have been a touchdown.
That was the Travis Hunter. Let's watch that again.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Hunter's in press against Josh Newton here. It looks like the safety over the top is cheating. So this is true. He sees this, right? Shedeur sees this.
Mm-hmm.
He sees that safety cheating in. He sees he's going to have press man, and if Hunter can release well, let's see, snap.
That's crazy that they showed that. Also, look at this half-ass attempt at a play action. It's like, why am I even doing a play action? We don't run the ball.
I mean, but as soon as Hunter stacks the DB, he lets that ball rip, and he places it absolutely perfectly.
That was a perfect pass.
Yeah, that's a great play. And this is like the best of Shedeur Sanders, like reading the play quickly, reading leverages, getting the ball out fast. And just look at the trajectory on this deep pass. I mean, it's something we should take note of. Look at this. Sees it, one step, sets his feet, a little bit of hopping, but look at where that ball is.
Can't be
That's
thrown
perfect.
more perfectly.
Yeah.
That was a great pass. Unfortunate that wasn't a touchdown, but he'll get many more chances this game.
I'm not paying a ton of attention to his mechanics here. I saw a few extra hops, but for the most part, he looks pretty clean here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guy motion to the backfield, and then he's coming back out and drop it off to him.
This looks a lot like the 2022 Giants offense, right? On that play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we'll get ready to learn some orbit motion, buddy.
There we go. All right. So keep the chains moving.
Yep. All right. First and
10 on the TCU 34 here. All right. So let's see. What do we have here?
We got 4 verts.
4 vert. That's a standard play here. Look at all the space on the bottom of the screen. This is crazy how much space they're giving them.
Nice pass.
Ill-advised, but he placed it well.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to go back to see all the guys he had open here, but look, I mean, just look at the bottom of the screen. I mean, look at this. Look at what he's got here. I mean, just he's got nothing but
right behind that.
There's nothing but space there in the middle of the field. He doesn't look that way. He's locked in on the receiver running to the flat here.
That comes close. He fires that one in there.
I mean, if that ball's thrown a tick late, that could be a pick six, right?
Yeah.
So it's a good throw, but I don't like the decision here because he basically locked in on the receiver. I'm going to give him a negative check mark here. Look, he just locks in on him. I mean,
I agree with you.
It's got to be a perfect play and a throw, which it was, but otherwise that's a pick six when he had a receiver open. I mean, that again, we don't know what he's being told, but we're looking for stuff like that, right? Can you read the progressions? Can you find the open receiver? Are you forcing the ball? 4 verts again. Oh my goodness.
3-by-1. Yeah, 3-by-1. This is Colorado football right here. They do not run a pro style offense, even a little bit.
He's looking for a home run. Doesn't see anything. Does he take a sack there? I can't tell if he got the ball off or not.
It's on 3rd and 3 too.
Please tell me he didn't take a sack on this. I don't see anybody open.
No. I mean, yeah, it looks like it took a sack, but also it's on 3rd down. Like I kind of understand where you're just trying to hold in there, make a play, but man, that's a bad play. Just like what?
It's a bad play. It's a bad play call. Like you got to give him something short here.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So the over the middle receiver, he has like a first split second. I mean, if you go back, you'll see it from this angle. Like watch the crosser right there. Watch him. Right. Yep. Boom. Right there. I mean, he had him if he turned.
Yeah, not a lot, but he has him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a poor play call.
Yep. All right. So this is the next drive here. I'm assuming they got a field goal in the last drive.
Yep.
Getting used to this formation here.
Yep. 3-by-1. Trips. Little scramble drill, gets the ball out.
And something to note that we're not seeing in this game that we will see in the next game. He's seeing almost no pressure from TCU in this game, like very little. And that's a problem that he had the rest of the year because the offensive line at Colorado was pretty atrocious last year. So right now we're not seeing him deal with much pressure. They're rushing 3. They're not getting there. He has time in the pocket to make decisions and make plays.
For the record, guys, I have this on 0.75. So if the speed looks a little off, that's why. I actually want to put on 1. So I want to get a better idea of kind of the zip he has on these.
I mean, if I recall our scouting evaluation from last year, we viewed him as having a good, not great arm.
Yeah. But,
But
is it, one of those things where it's, good zip in intermediate area? I feel the short to intermediate. I feel like I remember that, but we'll see. So in our trip, but ball definitely comes out quick with some pop.
Yeah. In the short area, he definitely throws it with zip. And I think that's where you see like some of these more dangerous throws don't get him in as much trouble right here. Yeah.
All right, we got a little bit of funky formation here. We got looks like we
they're
have
12. Yeah.
Yep,
Are they in 12 or no? No, they're in 11.
11, but they have looks like a
Got a sniffer.
H-back type. Yeah. All right, let's see.
Just leaks out. Little slant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a good play. Just, I mean, again, I'm watching him, and he's just he seems to be pretty locked in on that first read right now.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a lot more than that so far in this game.
Another trips.
Here he's going to regressions. He wants
There
a
we
home run.
go.
There's a nice place. All right, there you go. So he came off his first two reads, it looks like, and he found his receiver who finds a soft spot in the zone. Look at this. Wait. There it is. Boom. Great play there.
Yep. Here, let's watch that again from the other angle.
Watch the receiver coming from the bottom of the screen here.
Yep.
He's looking to the left. So his progressions are going left to right here, it looks like. He's looking for the slant. He's looking for he's looking for an out route there.
Looks like this was his first read, and this wasn't.
Neither of those. And then he sees the crosser coming. It looks like it's his third read, actually.
Yeah, he could hit this, but he has
okay, so stop right here. Now he's turning, and now his body is facing that crosser, right? Because he's come off his first two reads. Where's that ball supposed to be placed? Forget it. Like we're like looking at it from this angle. Where do you want that ball? You want it out like right now, it looks like, or in a split second. Where do you want to put that ball?
For the crosser?
Yep.
Right about here.
All right, let's see where he catches that ball.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yep.
That's a nice play. That might have been the best play I've seen him make so far.
Yeah.
Other than the big throw to Hunter. But I think as going through progressions, finding the soft spot in the zone, this is very Joe Burrow-esque.
Yeah, hit him going stride. All right. We got other. Oops.
We lost you.
When you put it back up, I don't know what happens. All right, back up. Okay. So yeah, looks like we're giving her 4 verts here, tight to the left side. Running back leaking out. He has a guy wide open the back of the end zone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, it looks like. Am I visible on the screen anymore? I can't tell. I think
I can see you. I can see you.
Okay.
I don't know if I couldn't hear you for a second there, but I can hear you now.
All right. Okay.
Okay, but yeah, so this is interesting. Let's pause this. The back drop back. So Scott's running back leaking out here, and then look right here. His hands
back of the end zone. Yep.
He's staring over here. His eyes are staying. He's looking.
The safety moves. He's got all that room. Is he looking there? Is he looking there? No.
Nope.
So did he come off that read too early? Did he break the go back? Did he leave that pocket too early? Because he's not. I don't see a lot of pressure here. Why did he leave?
It's a good question.
It looks like it's well blocked up front. He's got lots of space here. In fact, he's got more space to the bottom of the screen here, where this would become an even easier throw. Oh no, you're stuck.
Yeah, it's freezing up on me. Let me refresh it real quick. We're at 9:27. Oop. Let's call 918. All right. So that was the last play. Hit him in stride. Brought all the way down to like the 14. 13. Okay.
Yeah. And it's a
So-
7-7 game at this point. So it's
Yeah,
a
it looks
tie
like he
game.
ain't got the field goal yet. All right. So let's watch. So he immediately looks to the left. Looks like he's checking out his running back here to see if he's getting open.
That's well covered. I mean,
He
look at
looks
that.
to the right for a second. I don't know. Maybe he considers throwing this, but I don't know why.
He sees that safety right there, and he doesn't feel comfortable throwing the ball. But if he holds this
What
for a
is he
second,
doing?
yeah, there's no reason to leave the pocket. This is what I was asking.
Yeah.
This is well blocked. Like, why are you taking off here?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he just like.
He also, by the way, he also has a touchdown if he throws the ball there, even as he watch.
Like, look at this. He sees it.
But even look at the top of the screen when he starts scrambling, because then his eyes are off that part. Look, even in the corner of the end zone, watch him. There, you see the player crossing. Watch, follow him. He's got a touchdown right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a bad play.
Yeah,
unnecessary leaving the pocket there.
Yeah, he created his own.
Yeah, guys that were gonna come open.
Yeah, he had two touchdowns on that play, and he decided to just scramble. All right.
Granted, I do think the scramble created the second one, but still. All right, see how he makes up for it. He's got trips again to the right here.
They're rushing 4. Looks like they're blitz rushing 6. Ball comes out.
Woo!
Oh, nice play.
Wow, just like that was just red to go fade all the way. End zone fade all the way, and he threw that one perfectly.
Was that to Hunter?
I think so.
Yeah. That's a nice fade. Oh, that's a beautiful fade.
By both.
And he gets interfered with. Yeah.
I want to see that one more time.
Look at that throw. Doesn't get better than that.
Only where he can get it, and he does.
Feeder in, touchdown. That's nice. That's an NFL touchdown.
It is, yeah. All right. We got
trips. He made up for it.
Yep, he did.
Now he's going through progressions more. He's using his feet more. Bad play.
Mm-hmm.
But did he have anybody open here? Let's see. Because, again, this is another play where he breaks contain. He's got decent blocking. I mean, he should scramble to the right. He does do that.
Maybe right here.
Where are his eyes? So
no, he hasn't really. He could have broke, but he sat.
So, I mean, there's not much he can do here.
Yeah, I think he threw it to the right spot.
He just didn't get the ball out properly. That's all. Yeah, that's okay. Can't do much about that.
Yeah, I mean, when you run 4 verts every single time, it's, people are gonna catch on to it once in a while.
That's really well covered by the defense. All right. Somehow they're on first and 10. They have first and 10 again. Okay, I don't know. Maybe there's a penalty.
Trips to the right. Ooh. Let's see if he had anything, but he got pounded. I mean,
not much.
He was looking to the left the whole time. Could have got it off to the running back, but the pressure, and he just didn't expect the pressure to come that fast. He maybe should move on to his next progression. As he had some guys over the right that kind of have something.
Watch at full speed.
But
there's not much you can do there.
That came fast. Not a great line.
3rd and 19. Let's see how he manages this. He's going for the home run here.
Oh, wow. Wow, we didn't. Did you see what I saw?
Yep.
I thought he was going to go there, and he didn't.
When he turned right here?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought he was going here all day.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look, because, which he also could have had here and not broken out, but respect that he bought more time.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 19. He wants a home run here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was 3rd and 19. So you break out, and you're gonna have this about to No, it wasn't that. Sorry, it was this. Is that what it was? Let's see. See a better angle of this. Sometimes it just looks like something's open when it wasn't. Let's say. So it was the deep one. It's about to. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It did. It looks like it might have looked like it was more open than it was.
I thought he was going to go over the top on the sideline route, but that's.
Yeah, maybe that's not as open as I thought it was.
No. All right. So this must be the next drive. Running a little quick game. This is all by design. Find your first read. Boom.
Looks like our guy Ferris is in here. Ferris is in here again. If you want to jump back up, man, feel free. Just let us know. Got trips to the left.
He's looking to the left the whole way.
Yeah.
And wasn't Pat Shermer his OC this year?
Yeah, it was. He was a co-OC.
This is such a Pat Shermer offense I'm looking at, right?
It really is.
It's like all on one side.
Get you into third down as often as possible.
Well, and just the whole like multi-level concepts all on the one side, right?
Yeah.
He's not really being asked to read the full field. Just stay on one side, which is not bad. I mean, for college quarterbacks, I think when you're developing them, you do want them to learn how to read the three levels of the field, and it's okay to have one side like plays. I mean, I think rookies, you want to see that too. The Texans did that with CJ Stroud last year. With his first few games, they just ran like one side of the field.
Yep.
And they just said cut the field in half and take what you can get. And then they slowly expanded his reads, but that's how you develop your quarterbacks. I think Shermer does a pretty good job of that. Hey man, what's up?
How you doing, man? Welcome
Sorry,
back.
guys, my bad. Sorry,
You're good.
Forgot the mic. I'm doing good, guys. How's everybody?
Good.
Doing good, man. Well, thanks for joining us again.
Hello.
Going through some Shedeur tape here. Go through the top two quarterbacks.
Nice. Yeah, like back to that play, Monte, where you thought somebody was open. The top receiver was open. He stopped running. If he kept running, if he kept it, it would have been a first down. But he stops because he sees Shedeur rolling out. I don't know why he stopped. He should have kept running.
Yeah, I didn't see too many mistakes from Shedeur on that drive.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Another trips right here.
They love their trips, don't they? I saw a lot of trips when I watched them.
Real Madden offense.
Yeah. That's me with Georgia Tech and NCAA 14.
Yeah.
Run deep. Everyone.
This is a nice throw.
Yeah.
That's
right in there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a big time throw. Tight coverage. All right.
More trips.
And man, they have the receivers to do it, man. They went like 6-7 deep on receiver, man.
Did he catch that?
Yeah, he caught that.
So.
Oh wow,
he caught that.
A nice
let's
throw.
Watch it again. Yeah, let's watch this whole thing again. So first off, when we watch this, keep an eye on the nickel on the top side. I think right or this maybe it's just the outside corner right there. Keep an eye on him. Blitz. Yep. They have full out blitz. He rolls out, buys time on the run.
Nice
shoulder. Oof. It's a beautiful pass.
Yep. That ball is picked anywhere else. He throws it.
And
he creates this play. Creates this. Look at that. Breaks in. Look at that.
That's a beautiful play on the run.
Oh, it's incomplete. He bobbled it.
Yeah, but you can't handle that play any better than Shedeur Sanders did there.
Yeah, that was great.
And that was a hallmark of his game last year. Was a guy who created under pressure. I mean, this game he's not facing a ton of pressure, but man, did he face pressure after this?
Yeah,
he was able to create a lot.
I remember the Oregon game.
Yeah, I remember something we talked about with watching Shedeur and watching Caleb, where it was their superpower and like their kryptonite all at the same time. Like it got them a lot of trouble, but also they really could create and buy time for themselves and make plays. Improvisers. Man, drop passes, man. There was some.
You got some zip on these things.
Yeah, there's some heat waves on that one.
Was that number 5? That's probably Jimmy Horn Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had issues all last year with dropping passes.
Yeah, that one's probably a little too much mustard, but yeah, I mean that in the NFL that ball gets caught.
Yeah.
Let's see. Little comeback. There you go.
So they're expanding he's expanding what he's doing here in game. You're seeing it, right? Like he's rolling out more, he's taking a few more shots, he's hitting the crossers, whereas before he was just taking the quick out. So you see as this game progresses, he's progressing.
Yeah, I mean, it's his first game in playing D1 football.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Trips. This reads it to the left, moves to the right.
There you go.
Nice comeback.
All the way out to the sideline.
That's a good throw. Look at that.
Opposite hash.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. There we go. That's a good throw. But how much yardage does he get on this? Let's see. Throws that ball from like the 15 to the 40.
Yeah.
Or is that the 25 to 40?
40, yeah. And that was a deep, like all of them hash all the way to the sideline. That wasn't just outside the numbers.
It's a good throw. Good arm talent there. He's
a little screen.
He has a lot of hop. This is just a good play. Wow. That's all.
Touchdown. Touchdown.
Yeah. That's a beautiful play. That's all him. That's all three. Look at the move here. Watch Shedeur's footwork, though. There's a lot of bouncing here. A lot of moving parts.
Bouncing like good? Is the bouncing good or is the bouncing not very good? You don't bounce.
When you watch JT O'Sullivan break this down, I don't think he likes a lot of these extra steps in these guys.
Mm.
He wants them to be, to keep their feet moving, but not necessarily always hopping around.
Yeah.
Nothing terrible.
It's like
they want to slide.
Competitive and
they want to slide instead of a hop. Like slide.
Yeah,
and slide.
I think he just wants a little bit more with calmer feet, basically.
Okay.
And not so like a lot of these guys, and I haven't seen too much terrible here, but a lot of these guys will have like jump steps where they throw the ball. It affects their accuracy. It affects their velocity. So, I think he wants them to really be a little bit more calm with their feet before they throw it. That's just something I started to watch as you watch. For those who don't watch him, you guys should to tune into QB School with JT O'Sullivan. He does a really good job of breaking out quarterbacks. You learn a lot about what other quarterbacks are looking at when they look at these guys. So it's stuff like that in the mechanics. It's the footwork. Nothing bad yet, but he is, watch him. He's a little bit bouncy back there.
Let's see as Alex had to say real quick here. He said it's not too noticeable this game due to limited pressure from TCU, but Shedeur has a slower drop back than he does a hop before he throws. Pretty often he's taking 2.5 seconds just to get into position to throw a ball. It looks more problematic when there's consistent pressure. So yeah, I definitely noticed as far as that was a problem with him, but Alex adds a little bit more detail to what exactly the problem seems to be for him. So definitely something to keep an eye on as we're watching here. And then we're gonna do a Oregon State game too, where he had a little bit more problem, and they were heavy. They blitzed him heavy in that game. So
yeah, thanks, Alex. I agree. And you're going to see it as the season goes on with Colorado. We're only going to go through one more game, but you're definitely going to see him struggle under pressure. That's a good play right there.
The one thing that I'll,
did he fumble that? Or?
Maybe. No. He dropped it.
Why are they celebrating?
Oh, just happened. They didn't give us the other view. But okay, that was odd. So the one thing I will say too, what Shedeur does do quickly, Shedeur has a very quick release, so that helps. As though he, the drop back can be a little bit slower, and maybe a little bit hot before he steps, but his overall, like his arm mechanics, he has a very quick. Oof, that one.
He got slaughtered as he threw
that popped up.
Yeah. He just got nailed as he threw that ball.
It's not giving us the other view on that one for some reason. All right, let's look at that again. Yeah, you can see it with the way the ball came. I didn't even see him get hit, but I was just watching his arm, and I was watching the ball, and you could see it. You could see how it affected him. It affected the pass. Gets out.
Roll out. Do something here.
Trying to.
Yep, he got it. You got
There
it.
you go.
There it is.
I mean, and that's the kind of creation under pressure that you're looking for, because you are going to face pressure in the NFL. You're going to have to be creative, and look at this. He rolls out, looking for something, stops, turns back, stops, boom, on the
There
run.
it is.
And while he's doing this, watch this. Watch his eyes while he's doing this.
Downfield the whole time.
Always downfield. Makes a move.
And we saw this when we did our quarterback review last year. Like, we saw this in his games consistently, right? He doesn't scramble to run. He scrambles to throw.
Yes, 100%. He does not. So here's the two things I do think get a little bit confused with Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders, and we'll talk about this, does not have like very high end traits at all, but he has speed to improvise for himself. He is not a statue. People act as if like he is a statue. That's not true at all. He's one of the better improvisers in college football. I think he was top 5 in scrambles in college football, mostly because of his line. So like he gets out, like, to me, you like a comparison you used was Joe Burrow. I used a Bryce Young. I thought we both had like those decent comparisons for his game and kind of, his physical traits to some extent. And then, we've seen it. I mean, like he can he can make the throws. I think that's just the best way to do it. He's like, we've seen him. He just made that throw earlier from the far hash all the way to the sideline. He's made some deep passes. He has some good zip. Like, this is not a top end arm talent, but I don't think this is Bo Nix either. Some of the criticisms we had in him, although there's some similarities where, he has a lot more zip, like within the hashes and stuff like Bo Nix did, but there's a little bit more juice there.
I have no issue with Shedeur Sanders' arm strength and his arm talent. I don't think it's elite, but I think it's plenty for the NFL. Yeah. I think he could do everything he wants to with the NFL. I think there are other issues with this game. I don't think that's one of them. So again, so he gets in trouble here. Again, this is the hop. Watch his drop back. I think this is what Alex is talking about here. Watch his drop back and watch his footwork during this drop back. It becomes needlessly slow. They're rushing 5. Look at this.
Yeah, it doesn't look smooth there.
He's just hopping, takes a while and then gets hit. And when he senses that pressure, you got to plant that back foot on like 1 or 2 steps and get the ball out. So he does that here, but on the previous play, he didn't.
I'll say I think that's part of the reason I started to love JJ McCarthy so much when we did these breakdowns, was because his footwork was so good. And I was going from Shedeur and I went straight into JJ, and I just saw how clean his footwork was compared to, even looking at, the first 3 I looked at Caleb Williams, who, he's good footwork, but he was, kind of messy back there. He just did a lot of improvising. Drake May with some funky footwork, and then Shedeur had some funky footwork. And then, that was not JJ. One of his strengths was how clean he was for there. So
makes sense. We have Jim Harbaugh as your head coach.
Yeah, for sure.
That was
by the way, did we lose our Twitter feed when we had to go out and come back?
I don't think so. Let me check that.
Oh, no. I saw you guys on Twitter earlier.
Maybe it doesn't say I'm live.
Yeah, it doesn't say you're live anymore.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not live.
All right. We'll just play it. I'll try to fix it. We'll just watch it for a second. I'll try to get it back up.
Okay. It's a nice little design play here to get out of trouble from the back of the end zone.
I think Pat Shurmur became the OC last year. It was somebody else at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. They were saying he's gonna get like a head coaching job next year, and then like at the end of the season he got demoted, and it was like, oh damn, that's harsh. Because the offense became stagnant, and it became stagnant because there was no offensive line. So like, what do you want from me when my quarterback only has a second to throw?
Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis was the other.
There it is. Yeah.
That's a good throw. Did you see that?
No, let me get back into it because I just fixed the feed. All right, Let's see.
Kept it on the outside, but the receiver just dropped.
Goes through the progressions. Look at this throw.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right in his hand. It's like right in the bucket.
He is such, honestly, who he's reminding me a lot of with these is Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels didn't have the biggest arm in the world, but hell, could that guy throw like a touch vertical pass, like fades,
like it.
Right. It doesn't get any better than that. You got to catch that thing.
You got to free your other hand.
And at this point, you're down 28-24 at this point. Those are killer drops.
Yeah. Zip gets it in there.
Nice.
There it is.
Second and 4. 4 verts. Let's go.
Oh, nice job.
Game.
That was good getting it there quickly and getting it in stride because you saw that open up as soon as that play happened.
Yeah, it was maybe a tick behind the receiver, but it was a good play overall. Yeah.
It was a catchable ball.
Yep.
Didn't really
minor criticisms.
Yes. Yeah. Which is, good.
But I like that. No, but the decision making is what matters there, right? Like just getting the ball out quick. Here we go.
Absolutely.
He's going deep. His ball is ridiculous. It doesn't get any. I mean, he's just absolutely launching these beauties. Look at this.
It's funny. Here, I'm going to play it again.
Go. And watch it. By the way, watch his footwork on this. Much cleaner. Watch him. Look at the difference.
Yeah, it is cleaner. And look, I'm looking here, and I'm just like, oh, you got somebody. He knows what he wants. He's got one-on-one down here.
So when he throws this, he's not. So he's sensing that his DB, he's going to stack the DB here. That's with real anticipation.
Yep.
He does not have the DB stack when he releases that ball. Look at him. He goes into the. Well, you can't see from this angle, but yeah. Go back again and just show them. Like, watch where the DB is relative to the receiver when Shedeur decides to throw his ball. Stop right there. Boom. Look, he's launching it, and he does not have the DB stack. He just knows he's going to beat him.
That's one of those he's leaving type of things.
Exactly. And he's like, I'm just going to give him a shot here, and I'm going to place this thing. Look at that ball placement.
Was Xavier the one receiver, and it was trips on the left?
I don't know who the receiver was.
Or was it duo?
I think it was it was trips on the left.
Yeah, see, that's quarterback seeing we got one-on-one right there. Mm-hmm. And I trust my guy better than
to win this round. Yeah,
exactly.
But like, I think a lot of to be honest, like our quarterback, like he's not throwing that ball unless he sees the DB cleanly stacked.
Exactly.
Right? Like, and I think like that ball does not come out, and if it comes out later, you're not completing that pass.
This exact play happened in the Super Bowl, but Ayuk was on the other side and was trips right, and Purdy just disregarded him. And he did not peep that it was one-on-one with the backside with Brandon, and Brandon beats him off the line, wasn't
that the play where Ayuk is just like they catch at the camera of him just frustrated?
He's like the fuck, and then Niners fans tell me like, oh, but Chris Jones made it through. Like Chris Jones was on the floor. Adjust your feet, go left, touchdown. You guys won the game because you only get like 2 plays to beat Patrick Mahomes, and you guys wasted it.
I mean, plays like this wins games.
And that's exactly that's what you're looking for when you have them one-on-one. You have trips aside. You're hoping that you can get one-on-one over here. And he was looking left. He came back. He's like, all right, I'm ripping this.
Exactly.
Beautiful deep accuracy this game.
Yep.
So watch it from this view.
That's old school QB shit. It's one-on-one. My guy's better. I'm throwing it.
Yep.
That's what it is. That's what that was Troy Aikman's entire career. Yeah. I put Michael Irvin one-on-one.
Yeah,
I'm going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. All right. So play action. Nice little play here.
Yep. Well, out route. Those was zig. It looks like.
When I would watch Colorado games, like I would look at Shedeur, but I'd also look at the weapons. Like Jimmy Horn Jr. is going to be. He's going to the league in a couple years.
Yeah, they've got NFL receivers out there. Yeah. Trips left, pitches the run back, make your block, touchdown.
There we go. So they take the lead here, 31-28.
Yeah,
that's a good drive.
That running back had a great game, by the way.
For how little they gave it to him. little
No, they also had
screen, a little pitch.
that Edwards, he was fucking crazy.
So they're down again, 35-31. Here we go. Trips left. A lot of time in the pocket here.
Oh,
Good
wow.
play.
Right there.
Squeezed it.
Yeah.
Let's watch that again.
Now, was this a good throw or was this just a great catch? Let's see here, because that looked like it was into a lot of trouble.
It looks like this might break open.
Well, they have deep crossers here. Look,
Like,
I mean, he's got the right idea.
Nice little rub route.
Yeah.
And then he squeezes that.
Okay. I would have gone out there, but hell, he made it.
I mean, I think the ball's a little underthrown here. His receiver just makes a great play. Watch the receiver come back for the ball. Watch.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But I mean, an impressive concept from the quarterback, right? To read that down the field. The timing of it is great. Let's see, what does it do here? Again, trips right.
Yep. Oh, sack. He was back there a while too.
Well, he didn't have any short options here. Let's see. They're all running down the field.
Yeah, and running backs.
Oh, well, I guess there's not much here. Yeah, there wasn't.
It wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
You see the linebacker.
The ball out, throw it away might be your best shot because he had time back there. Like, it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
But he's going to try to, make a play. He was trying to get out and improvise. He does. So.
And I think this is a problem that he had on film all the rest of the year, right? Like, he just doesn't want to give up on plays. It's something that you see with some of these guys that we're going to be going over this year. Another guy is Cam Ward, who we'll get to, right? Alex Zane could have gone deep right on that one. Can you go back? Let's see.
Yeah.
I didn't see the deep right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think it's a tough play, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely quarterbacks who just, they don't want to give up on the play, right? They don't want to throw the ball away. They want to hit a home run, and they take a lot of unnecessary sacks that will end drives. It's something that Michael Penix just did not do, right? And last year, he would throw the ball away or complete it. He just didn't take sacks. And I think that's a big thing that you look for. J.J. McCarthy didn't do a lot of that either. He's a guy who just didn't let the drives die because he made a mistake.
So I'll say
yard of the throwaway. Yeah.
I'll say for this one, and I definitely see where Alex is coming from, but just working from the opposite hash, and really it doesn't look like by the time he gets even here, it looks like you don't really have a chance to set your feet on this one and hit. That's a long pass to make, but theoretically,
the right play is just chuck it to the sideline. If you can, but I mean, there's not much, where is he throwing? When is he throwing that thing?
And he's not fast enough to roll out, so it's dead on arrival.
He'd have to let it go here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's leaning left. So if he made the decision to go fully right, it would have worked, but no.
5 wide receivers. A little slot fade.
Nice.
It's all Travis Hunter right there.
Yeah. This is trusting your guy.
Yeah.
Great ball placement. Watch Hunter shield with his body here. Watch this.
Look at this. Look at this.
Beautiful. Look at this.
Look at it. Oh, it was a little underthrown, and then he was like, I gotta protect him.
Yep. Makes your quarterback look a lot better when your receiver can do that.
Exactly.
Again.
Oh, that's a nice play. That's a nice
zip on the move.
Yep, to number 12 again. This is basically I'm getting into the best guy on the drive. I don't give a shit.
On the line.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
and look at the zip he gets for really not having his feet placed at all here. Look at his feet when he lets this go.
Yeah,
that was nice. That's nice.
And he has quick, snappy arm motion here, getting the ball out. So I do like that about him. When his feet are not bouncing around, I feel like he gets much better zip. When he's bouncing around back there, I feel like that's when the ball sails.
Oh, you had him.
Touchdown. He got him right there. There it is. Touchdown. Jimmy.
I don't know if that was the play the whole time or that was him doing a little scramble drill with them. But
it definitely wasn't. He came out. It was the crosser was the play. He scrambled. Yeah.
Take it.
That's Jimmy.
Knowing each other.
Definitely Bex. Yeah.
Yeah. Alex, nice to see him improvising after Beck's film. Sure is.
Yeah, Shedeur is like the anti-Beck.
Yeah.
In many ways.
But, it was nice being able to break down some, offensive formations with Beck and said, all right, 4 wide, 5 wide.
Right, trips right, trips left.
Yeah.
All right, and speaking of 4 wide.
I didn't catch the score, but
let's say
what's it?
38.
They lost the lead again, down 42-38 here.
Yeah, they won 40. They won 46-42.
Crazy.
Yep. So this is the one they gotta do it on here.
Yeah, this is the one they win the game on.
4 verts.
What a great game to open the season off. Like the season with. Fox was like, this is the first game of the year, and it was 46-42 with Dion with a win.
Yeah, against a team that was just in the national championship.
Yeah. Oh, hell broke loose.
Watch him go through progressions. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Do you see the ref there?
Yes.
Look at him. He threaded the ref.
Yeah, that's layering.
Ooh.
He tried to kill that ref. That was like longest yard trying to.
Yeah. It's like, are you gonna call fair game now?
Yeah.
You gonna call a fair game now? I was like, yes.
Oh,
like how wet Willie.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, that's a dangerous pass.
Oh,
you got a penalty there?
That was not a pass interference. I watched this game. That was bullshit.
Yeah,
that was bullshit back then, and that was bullshit now.
And you know what? I'm surprised they called it, because usually in college they let them get away with it. Maybe.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Not bad.
All right, 1st and 10. They're at half field. Little screen.
Yep, there it is. Rocket Ishmael play.
He was so good to watch.
Monty
doesn't remember him.
Who?
Rocket Ishmael.
Rocket Ishmael. Exactly.
No.
You don't know Rocket Ishmael? Damn.
You'll have to YouTube it. It was special.
Dude, he was fucking amazing. He was a one-man show at Notre Dame, bro.
Yeah, that Heisman year was incredible.
Yeah. Broke it up. That was a bad ball. DB just snaps on it. Look at it.
Mm.
That was a good play with the DB.
Yeah. This year, this is a Big 12 conference game.
Yeah, we were saying that.
Yeah.
It's very, very Big 12 type
exactly.
scheme right here.
Defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. That's a really nice play design there.
Yeah. Oh my God! There he goes.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, he won.
And running back again. Look at him.
Yeah, he had a great game, dude. He had like 4 touchdowns.
But the play design is fantastic here.
Yeah, look at it. He just runs. He just outruns everybody.
Gets him in stride.
Just outruns them. Look at it. He's just like look at that. Look, it's just like, bro, what the fuck?
I think that's it for this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So before we go to the next film, what do you guys think?
I was a big fan of Shedeur Sanders this year. This year I thought like it was incomplete in the sense that like he destroyed the early parts, but then I was like, I want to see him when the teams get better. Like it started with the Oregon game, right? And then it started going down. And it all went downhill after that because like people realized like they have no offensive line at all last year. So I fully don't know if he's good or like I like him. But I think it's an incomplete for me because it's like even in this game, he got sacked a lot and it was a breakdown by the offensive line where like they just let somebody free and it's like what happened. But when he has like a modicum of time, 2.5 seconds, he makes the play. And I quite enjoy him actually.
Yeah, I mean, look, there is definitely some parts of his game that I was very impressed with. He had some fantastic deep balls there and very, very good accuracy, very good touch. I thought he had a very solid zip. He threw outside the numbers, better than I really kind of remembered he did. He did pretty well at that. Moved well, improvised well. He needs to clean up his footwork. He needs sometimes, learn to make the better decision. He made the wrong decision at times, but really you can say, like decision-making stuff you can say about any quarterback in almost any game. But granted, this was like his best game. So we'll get a better gauge on that, I think, when we watch the next one. So it'll be some more of his, one of his.
Colorado State. I watch Colorado State.
Oregon State.
Oregon State.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was bad.
So I mean, this was his best game. What I liked, again, I think you guys touched on it. I liked his quick game early in this, the decision making on quick game hitting. I mean, it's the little things, right? Like the timing, hitting guys in stride, giving your receivers a chance to get positive yardage. I think that matters. He's good at that. I think that when his feet are calm and they're not bouncing around, he has really good ball placement. He has good accuracy. Like you said, he has good zip on the short and intermediate stuff, and his slot fades in this game were just beautiful. Like, I mean, his fade, I mean, well, not slot fades, but his fades, his deep ball, the timing and the touch was incredible. And I like the fact that he is pretty calm under pressure in this game, at least. He didn't face a lot of it, but he was able to, scramble, create plays, and throw the ball on the run. And like you mentioned, Monty, always, 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 and this is something you see all year with him, whether it worked or not, eyes are always down the field. When he's moving and he breaks the pocket, he's not looking to run. I mean, he's very different than Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels' feet start moving, he's never throwing that ball. He's just running. Shedeur Sanders almost always is throwing that football. He's looking to throw the football. He's a passer. So those are all the good. The bad, mainly, I didn't, like I said, I'm watching his footwork, and there's a lot of just extra movement there. A lot of, kind of inconsistent hopping around. I think he's not always well set. That's at least that's what I saw in that game. When he was well set, he was much more sound. And I mean, that's something you can coach out of, I imagine. But, mechanically, otherwise, he has a pretty good snap and release of the football. I didn't see anything like too bad on the upper body. So, and he does like angle himself well with the throws. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but like he positions himself very well before he releases the ball. And I think that's why some of his accuracy looked good in this game. So it was overall a very impressive game. So you want to go to the next one?
Yeah, I was trying to see. I don't think this Twitter stuff's working, so I'll have to try to figure it out for the next time. But whatever, all good.
Also, too, man, you got to trust Brian Daboll to coach that stuff out of him. And if you trust Brian Daboll to do it, it's possible because he's done it with Josh Allen. So, yeah.
But some of that stuff's less worrisome.
Well, it's also something. I mean, he has a whole other year of college football left. Like, I want to see him do it this year. I want to see him clean up those things.
Yeah, Shermer with him, so we'll see. And watching Daniel Jones not throw it deep, and then watching a receiver be like, "Fuck it, chuck it," and so it's kind of like, why doesn't Daniel Jones do that with Jalen Hyatt? Just be like, "Fuck it."
We have a lot of speed on our team, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, all right, here we go. Shedeur Sanders for Oregon State. This is, a game that was not his best game. We'll see how it goes. Oregon State, they show a lot of pressure, and they bring it from different spots. You'll see, they don't have it necessarily right now. They basically run like a 3-4 hybrid. So they'll bring 4 in the line, kind of similar to like what we run with, 2 stand-up ends. So 3-4. You have 3 big guys on the field, sometimes 2 edge rushers. But what they do is, you won't see it here. We'll explain it when they come up, but they'll show a ton of guys. They'll show like 6, 7, 8 guys, put them all on the line, and then you don't know where the pressure is coming from. They'll blitz you, but they'll put guys back. So
I think I missed this game.
That's a tough one to deal with him. All right.
It looks like we're starting 4 verts again.
Yep.
Rushing 4.
Get it out to that running back. He's got some speed, man.
He is quick.
Yeah, man. 3 is a fucking problem, man. Pardon my French. Jesus Christ. It's not even just like he just running past you. And like you're like, I had an angle. No, you didn't.
Trips right.
Yeah.
That's a nice throw.
Yeah.
All right. So this I like, right? So his line is not doing a great job here. They're getting pushed back, but he slides to the left a little, it looks like. Finds a throwing lane and zips that ball in the middle. Watch.
Yeah, steps up. Boom.
Look at that. Yeah. And that's how you want to handle pressure in the pocket, right? Just slide a little bit.
The Oregon State game happened late in the year, right? It was like, how late was this in the year?
This is like second or third to last game of the season, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So he's probably been beat up the entire year. So he's definitely moving the feet.
Yeah. By the way, look at his footwork. How much better it looks like
compared to the last game. Yeah.
That's how you want it to look.
Right. Look at this. 1, 2, 3.
Boom.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's been beat up by Oregon. So he's like, I can't do this again.
All right, we have an H-back back there.
It's ridiculous college alignments.
Yeah.
Is that legal in the NFL?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I get actually, is it? I'm not sure.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Because some of the college shit, I'd be like, I don't know if that's legal in the NFL. Then it's like, I think it is because you're only three. You only allow 3 people in the backfield, and technically 87's in the backfield. So that's good. So they're fine with the 3.
I think it is.
Yeah. And number 3, by the way, is from San Francisco, which is funny. 87. 87. He went to Saint Ignatius over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We have.
We have a tight end sighting.
Yeah, we have 11. Or yeah, 11.
Yeah, 11 personnel with 3 receivers.
Getting pressure. Gets out on the run.
Tries to find
Doesn't
somebody.
want to throw this. He's going to just get
a couple yards.
A sack, maybe? To get anything?
All right, so let's
like
did he have
2-3 yards.
Let's go back.
3 yards.
Let's go back and see if he had something here. So he has, he had some pressure, but not, okay. He has a pocket. Is there anybody open? I don't see anything yet.
It's probably smart to step out of this thing and start looking again.
So the scramble decision is a good one.
Right here.
You got to get the ball out there.
Right there. Right when this guy falls. Get that out.
DB's done. DB's dead. He misses him. Who is that receiver?
Well, by this point, I think, was Hunter hurt by now? I don't remember. I think
Hunter. Yeah, Travis is injured. Yeah, he hasn't played in like weeks because of the Colorado State game.
I don't know if he was still healthy or he got healthy by now or not, but
no. I think they kind of like basically like shut him down the rest of the year. Like he would come in and but he wouldn't play like that. It was kind of like a shutdown basically.
Little motion out of the backfield. Oof. Closing that one fast, but I got it there.
It's just a quick game. Getting a short, 3rd and short, which seems to be the goal here.
This is a one-read play.
There's the read. Boom.
Yeah, and by this week, Pat Shermer's definitely the OC because they fired Sean Lewis or demoted him a couple weeks beforehand.
Got 4 verses. Throw a slot fade.
He had him wide open.
No, he has pressure at the very end here. Watch the pressure up the middle. I think it affects his throwing.
And this is what I'm talking about with Oregon State does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can even say 6 people. They're showing pressure from, and then this guy bailed, and they actually brought somebody else.
Yeah, they brought the. I think the safety was creeping.
Yeah, and the pressure got to him, and he missed it.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait for college football this year, man.
Yeah, me either. All right, so got a motion out to a trips right, basically. Got Travis Hunter there.
So he's playing.
Okay. Yeah, a little bit of playing.
Yeah. Pittsburgh against West Virginia this year, Monty?
Yeah, they have the backyard brawl this year. I forgot what week it is, but we're starting out versus Penn State.
Okay. Because I know
but probably not. Tickets are ridiculous.
Yeah, no. Civil War is week 3, Oregon State, which is so fucking weird.
Yeah. All right, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so this one, I don't know. So it's mug defense is what they call it, is when they show all these people and they just bring a random amount, essentially. Sending them, bringing pressure, and he escapes. And that's what you got to do to Shedeur. You got to bring pressure, because especially with how bad that line is.
Yeah. Did they bring pressure? Or was it just 4? Yeah, it was just 4.
Got it. Well, they got there.
Yeah, It was just 4, but they disguised the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. The offensive line didn't pick up on the disguise.
And they broke his fucking back. This year.
Was it this game?
I'm not sure what game it was, but
it might have been this game.
I
don't remember what it was. It was towards the end of the game, if I recall.
Oof. Killed Hunter. Yeah, why?
Boom, right there. Got him.
I didn't need to throw that to him.
I mean, Oregon State was a good club this year, man.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of feel sorry for what happened to them.
Yeah. Pack 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little high.
Nice little gain, though.
Mm-hmm.
Good play by the receiver.
Yeah. Let's watch his feet. It's not bad. It's just a little high. He had to leave his feet, but it wasn't terrible. We've been running a lot of this, the H-back.
Yeah, because they're trying to protect the offensive line, and it still didn't work. It still didn't work.
That's a terrible sack.
Yeah.
You can't take this sack.
Because how many did they send? They only sent 4. They only sent, that's not good. And 10 is just, what is that, bro?
Yeah.
They slid it to the wrong way.
You got to get the ball out. You got to get the ball out here.
Yeah. You don't have anything. Throw it away.
See, this is the problem with the modern day offenses, right? Because they keep sending tight ends to block these edges, but they forget tight ends aren't the tight ends of old where you can send them. Like, you're not sending Mike Ditka. You're sending Jimmy Graham, who's like, I don't want to block. You know what I mean? So 87 is the new tight end. He's not going to block that guy. I don't know why you're doing that. The Giants did that a lot last year. It's like, hey, Daniel, go block Nick Bosa. Like, what?
Oh, I remember that play.
Yeah.
That was a terrible play.
It's like, what?
5 receivers. Slant.
Oh my God. What happened?
Did he drop it or was it overthrown?
I don't have to see from this view. But I was about to get a lot of yards.
Yeah.
That's a huge
lot of real estate.
That looked like he dropped it.
He just went right through his hands.
Yeah. Because with 3 speed, bro, that's like 70 yards.
Yeah, that was a huge play if he caught that.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't play receiver, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, I hit.
Was it hit or was it tipped?
Maybe.
It was hit.
Oh.
Yeah,
they hit him. They hit his arm. And Travis was open actually too.
Bring him out. New drive. 4 verts. Oh, keep running the sideline. Use your speed, man.
Well, this is also getting predictable, right? Like, they run this play a ton, where they run like the screen here. Look, I mean, it's just the defense can sniff this out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing a lot of creativity here.
5 read that from the jump.
Forwards, you got a guy right in his face. Throw a flag. I don't even know if that's offensive or defense, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because they were hitting.
It's on the defense.
Yeah.
I got bailed out right there.
They got free man on him.
He did the football pat, where he taps the football before he throws it. Oh, That's not good. I don't like that. That shit irritates me.
Yeah, it annoys me too.
Yeah.
Also, not the best ball placement on that ball.
Yeah.
We got the penalty.
2 backs in the backfield.
For protection.
Got time and oh my God, guys.
He drops it.
Or
did he fall?
He fell.
Oh my God.
Even worse. Threw a little behind him, but he just falls.
Yeah. He just didn't catch his feet when he came back down.
And for those who don't know, in college football, you fall, it plays over.
Yeah. Another two running backs in the backfield. Gets out. Oh wow, that was a good grab by him. Because that was not the best throw. That one hands it.
A lot of short stuff here.
I got 5 wide receivers.
Yeah. 3x2 man across.
Just realized that I was off the stage. My ass was talking to myself.
You're good, dude. I saw you jumped off, so I reinvited you. Rolling out to the right.
Where is it?
You got
Yeah.
you got that?
No, they threw it away, I think.
Such a hard offense to just like judge and try to translate to the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause they're just all running straight. There's no route concept.
I mean, it's yeah. There's certainly no route concepts that seem to build on each other, right? They're just like independent routes.
Exactly.
There's a lot of open field in the middle, right? On every play, like they're not taking it.
Yeah.
You'd think with an NFL offensive coordinator, you'd put some NFL spin on this offense.
Yeah. I think this year they made because he has a full off season with them.
Get the ball out, man.
Misses them.
Oof.
Yeah, he's holding on to the ball too long now. Now you see that he's holding on to the ball too long. He's making the pressure worse. Watch. Pressure's coming. Get the ball out. Get the ball out. Get the ball. He just
and he almost looks like he like threw it away. Like he just kind of dumped it. Got rid of it as fast as he could.
It's weird that he's holding the ball longer when he knows he has no time because he knows the offensive line isn't good because you've been seeing this all year.
Hang on. Look what they show here. I mean, and what they even bring. This type of shit.
Yeah, I mean, they're just giving you the underneath stuff. I mean, look at that. He's like 10 yards off of him.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like
possibly 7.
Yeah, but look at the receivers on the bottom of the screen. There's plenty of space here. There's got to be a hot route here.
Right here. Bro, this is your own fault. You not see how many people that you got it off. Good improvising.
But it could have been better.
Yeah, no, I don't like that at all. Because you saw how many people were in the line. Like you saw that they came. You gotta get that one off.
And you're screaming something to the sideline or somebody. Like, what are you screaming? You better be screaming hot route or something because like before, what are you doing?
I'm
not seeing a lot of hot routes on these plays.
Yeah, like what are you screaming if it's not a hot route?
I will say I do think this was supposed to be try to have a bait here, show
into an interception,
and then I think that's what he wanted him to do.
Yeah,
but
and he did make a play.
Mm-hmm. And that's the good part about him, for sure.
Yeah, like what are you screaming at? And what are you shaking your hand for? Like what is that? Like what are you doing? Like are you just like? Sometimes in college, like the quarterback just looks at the sideline just to look at the sideline to act like he's getting an audible when he's just like literally just like looking at the sideline doing nothing. And you're like, what?
All right, so first and 10 down 7-3 for Verts. Streaking down the sideline, takes a shot,
and it's short.
It's a bad throw.
Yeah,
they got a PI.
That wasn't pass interference.
I mean, Hunter had him beat.
Yeah,
he underthrew him.
Yeah,
you're starting to see it, and maybe he's getting shook up a little bit by this pressure, even though there was none there. But first game of the season, he's making that.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter was wide ass open here.
Look at that, dude. This defensive line is what the fuck was that?
Yeah, I mean, we'll skip after, but just to show what you were talking about, Sal. I mean, you look at the top of the screen, open. Just hit him in stride.
Just yeah.
I hate when the receivers bail out bad QB play, man. That was just bullshit by the ref. This is what Tom Brady talks about, refs blaming DBs for a QB mess up. Like, nah, bro, that's not my fault.
All right, trips right. Running back comes out of the backfield. He's rolling out to the
run. Just run.
Oh, don't.
He wants to throw.
Yeah, and this is where that gets you into trouble, right? Look, he's got nothing but green grass in front of him. Run, man. You're fast enough to run. Right here, look. There's nothing in front of you. Just run.
He looks like freaking Tom Brady trying to run there. Like, look, he's not even trying to run. He's just like, look at his feet. He's just like,
Yep, he's looking for the pass, feet down.
Yeah.
He's looking.
Hey, he did say he's one half Tom Brady, one half Michael Vick.
Yeah.
He did say that.
Michael Vick would have run there.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom Brady's athleticism and Michael Vick's decision making.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, the
Oh,
screen.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, the decision making here is getting questionable.
And this is why you started to see him drop down, big board. That was a bad pass.
I mean, even if it's a good pass, where's that play going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you threw it to the boundary with less grass. They're gonna trap him.
There you go. Oh my God, guys!
Jimmy is that Jimmy Horn Jr. He had a problem all year dropping balls. That was the biggest. That was the biggest problem in the Colorado State game.
He's not getting anything after the catch there, but man, catch the ball, get yourself a third and short.
But it gives you run out the clock there and go to halftime. Like, I mean, eventually it looks like they did, but
that's a good slant,
Xavier.
forwards, play action, get a Travis Hunter.
It's good, quick decision making. Did his processing speed slow down as the year progressed to you guys? Or did it stay the same for y'all?
You know how they talk about? Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the pressure the pressure's really messed up his internal clock.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah, I was gonna say something. Like I think he took such a beating all year. What you see there is like a tentative quarterback, right? Like he's waiting to get hit on every play here. Look at him. I mean, he's not confident.
He just goes to the knees himself there.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to get hit. Okay. Yeah.
It's definitely screwed him up. Yeah, I mean, this is just ridiculous.
It's ugly. It's ugly. Felt like it's a lot of like Jaden Daniels type like deep passing in the first game, and I was just like, it's ugly right now.
It's Daniel Jones playing New York Giants QB.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna get hit. It's like, how do I brace myself, or do I chuck it?
He played well with adversity a lot for the first half of the season. It's not just like he's bad under pressure. Like, he played really well under pressure earlier in the year, but it just it took a toll on him, clearly. Sorry. So
yeah.
Trips top the screen.
It's like 11 weeks of this shit. Is gonna get to you.
They got him.
Yeah.
He's getting eaten alive.
Because I think if you want to watch him play. Oh, my bad, Sal.
No, it's okay. He has a play here. Like, look over to his right. He's got a receiver, right? He's got a receiver. I mean,
yeah,
it's not easy, but you got to get the ball out.
A game he played well under pressure was the Colorado State game.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado State went after him, especially Muhammad Kamara. They went after him, and then I think the reason Colorado State lost that game is that Kamara ended up getting hurt, and he started cramping, and they had to take him out.
Mm-hmm.
But he played very well under pressure for that game.
It's hard to believe the guy we're watching in this film is the same guy that we saw in the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like he's completely shot by this point.
And I think it was look,
there's no zip on that. It's not even it wasn't even a good touch either. He just was like, let me just throw this away. It's like,
yeah. I mean, I think you saw. I mean, just from thinking of watching it or in college football. It's not like I'm going back and watching film of all these games in between yet, but I feel like you started to see a slow decline of Shedeur Sanders throughout the season, and this is towards the end of it.
Yeah, that 4 game stretch when it was like Oregon and USC and Utah and I think Washington, that's when just all hell just broke loose because Oregon threw like 8 linemen at you, and you're like, who is this random 4-star deep the defensive lineman you guys have?
This is horrible to watch.
Yeah.
Killed, man.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Around the fourth quarter.
Hey, at least they got a safety.
2x2 forwards. Oh my god. At this point, his game is just off. Like his footwork is bad, his timing is bad. The ball placement, like watch his footwork here. Just
oh my! See that foot hang? Like, like, look at his front foot hang when
that's what I was talking about. Yeah, it's flailing almost.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, I see that.
He never puts it back down. Yeah, he is broken right now.
And he regressed here a lot.
Oh, that was good. But is he going to
get the ball out? Get the ball out.
He doesn't care.
He's like, fuck it.
Which, I mean, not the wrong decision here, to be honest with you, but
no, that's fine.
No, yeah. And they just look at the offensive line. They just let this man free. Like, it's like, how can you judge this QB with this offensive line? How do you judge that shit, man? It's like, I just realized the Oregon State Beavers kind of menacing.
Yeah. Look how many people they put on that line. Like they're.
Oh,
there we go.
Nice. Is that Travis? I think that's Travis.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Travis Hunter could win the Heisman this year.
Yeah, he could, absolutely. He could Charles Woodson this shit.
Yeah, I mean he is a legitimate threat. Like it would not surprise me if he was the best wide receiver in college football this year, and he is a top 10 defensive back at minimum, probably top 5.
That's the thing about that's the thing about Charles Woodson. No one really talked about everyone knew. Oh yeah, it was a fumble. Everyone knew that he was definitely a DB, but he just played receiver. Travis, you're like, he could play both. You know,
that was bad.
Yeah.
Let's get the other view of this.
I mean, this is mostly on the offensive line here, but that's just ugly.
And it's 4. They only send 4, and it's just 4.
Good job, Big. Oh, never mind. Bad job. You got it. Second and 39.
Oh my God! It's just like that. It's like that. It's like that Louisiana Tech game when it was 2nd and 45.
Makes a move. Almost back to.
Who is that? That's 14. I don't know who that is.
Good throw.
Yeah, he has the arm talent to sling it like that.
Yeah. He got it all the way up to the outside of the numbers.
Depends on if he has the confidence to sling it. That's always the key. 3rd and 11. Oh wow, they got that. Yeah, that's nice.
4 verts again.
Hit him in stride.
Takes the slant. That's nice.
Starting to calm down a little bit.
Shows some confidence, Xavier Weaver. The same play. Yeah.
Did he get him out of that? Is this first down?
I think that's first down. Yeah.
So I got him out of
3rd and 29.
Yep.
Wow. Seconds when 39. 4 verts.
There's the underneath route. There's underneath right. He's right there. He was wide open.
Yeah, that was late, but he got it.
I got a big game out of it. Big gain out of this.
There it is.
Let's see how open that was or how long from this angle. So here, you need to let it go. Here, he's avoiding pressure though. Gotta get it out here. here. It worked. I mean, it worked. He was wide open, but
that's a good. No, that's a good play.
Yeah, the pressure is why you didn't see it. So you can. It's not like he just was looking somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. It's not a good decision. It's kind of like a Xavier. Xavier saved me the one time. Let me go to him again, but he wasn't open. Forces it.
Yeah. I missed Alex's comment here for you. A couple here said it felt like towards the end of the year he decided to take sacks rather than throw with anticipation, risk an incompletion. And he said he has all these one-on-one matchups. You just need to let it rip and hit some timing routes. Like, yeah, I mean, you saw it in the first game. That's all he was doing. He was throwing with so much anticipation and really letting it fly. But yeah,
there's actually a report or a rumor that said he didn't want his completion percentage to dip, so he took more sacks than throwing it.
Yeah,
because he wanted to look good for scouts. But you forget, man, Josh Allen had a 59% completion percentage in college, and he was still drafted in the top 15. So like,
yeah, to be fair, I saw he was still like, I think he was top 10 in college football in throwaways. So
yeah,
it's kind of silly. I felt like with that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Touchdown. The bunch. Yeah, the bunch. Oh, nice.
Does need to not learn to take sacks as much, but I feel like, I mean, sometimes it did seem like he was just accepting the sack there because it was just so bad. But also a lot of him just trying to do too much.
Yeah, man, these QB coaches, man, they need to learn. They need to either they don't want to teach it or they don't know how to teach it. The art of the throwaway. Just throw the fucking ball away.
Yeah, it's an issue with all college quarterbacks. They don't throw it away too much, but I don't think it's anymore with Shedeur. But he does take a lot of sacks.
Yeah,
he's too talented to take the amount of sacks he's taking.
His footwork just looks like a mess here. I'm watching him. Watch his shoulder. He's just flailing.
What about that looks bad, Sal? Because I'm gonna be real with you, my eyes. I can't decipher what's bad about that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what he's got kind of like his feet are not quiet. He's moving, and then like when look at his body position when he throws the ball. Like I do have to go back and play, but
let's see if we get that one coming up. I'm sure it'll happen again. This one's just a quick. So
yeah, so I mean his body position basically, like he's not. In the first game he squared up nicely as he's making his throws. His feet, when he made good throws, were pretty quiet. Here, I see him. There's a lot of hopping around now, and again, which he didn't do in the first drive, and he's just not facing his target properly. And, oh God!
See, the play we saw before this, it felt like his upper body was leaning forward.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like he was off balance.
It looks like he crossed his feet here, from what I can tell from that angle. But we'll see better here. You're not supposed to cross your feet. It looks like, yeah, he did. He's crossed it a couple times.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, I see it. See, and the receivers just stopped running. So that because they're like, he gave up, we give up. Who cares?
It's tough here because he doesn't. Yeah, you're right. There's not a lot of help, but he's also making this pressure worse.
Yeah,
this is one of the situations where he's making the pressure a lot worse. Like, step into the pocket. That's a good play.
Showing all this pressure, not knowing if they're bringing a blitz and not knowing who they're going to drop back because they run this heavy zone and they can kind of, play that robber here. And I definitely think that's messing with Shedeur's head.
Good for him. He never has to play Oregon State ever again.
Yeah. He gets fucking Big 12 defense now.
Exactly.
I mean, they're not doing him any favors running 4 verts every play. No. There's nothing that, like, everybody knows what's coming at this point.
Why are you getting outside of that pocket there?
Because he doesn't see the play.
Absolutely not, Alex.
So do you trust him behind the Giants line? So this is what I'll say. I mean, I don't trust Shedeur when he's like this beyond the Giants line, but I will say, like, he's battle tested. I'll say that. This guy has dealt with the Giants line for a full season. He's going to deal with some level of it next year. I think that this game is obviously the worst of the worst, but I do think that there's times where I feel like he does handle pressure better than some other college quarterbacks you'll see. What about you, Sal?
Yeah, I think he actually has done a decent job of trying to navigate his offense over the course of the year through a lot of pressure.
Mhm.
So I do trust him under pressure. I think that, there are mechanical. I think there's mechanical flaws in his game. As you're watching him, even the good games, like he has some things that need to be cleaned up. But no, to your point, I do trust him today behind the Giants O-line as long as he's coached up right. But I'm looking at these early videos as an opportunity to see what we like and what we want to see get better in these guys coming into the season. And like for Shedeur, the things I'm seeing are: one, there's some footwork issues. Two, he's not letting a play die. Like he's taking unnecessary sacks left and right at this point. Like he's just taking sack after sack after sack. He's got to get the ball out, even if there's no play there. He's got to learn how to get that ball out of his hand and not ruin the drive. And I feel like his ball placement and his accuracy is a lot worse now in this game than we saw in the first game. But I think it's because of the pressure and everything else we talked about.
I'll say it'd be hard for me to find a college quarterback that wouldn't break in this situation that Shedeur is in.
He literally broke his back carrying this team.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can't even defend against that.
He just has so much trust in Travis Hunter and deserved.
Just puts
it was literally like, fuck it, he's down there somewhere.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And they stopped. Like the DB and him and Travis stopped, and we're like, we'll just jump for it.
Trying to see if he had something on the side here. I mean, it was probably a better throw, but fuck it. Yeah. It worked.
It worked.
Yeah, and at the top of the
route. It's not like
he
missed an open throw. I thought it was better. But hey, when you have Randy Moss down there, you throw it to him. When you have Travis Hunter down there, he throws it to him.
Yeah. Travis Hunter plays both premier positions, so like he's gonna get paid either way. So he's definitely gonna be good. I think he should play DB to get better money because
touchdown.
Got it. Now it's funny. You see like this offensive line that Shedeur played behind. You looked at like Rattler, and Rattler played behind an even worse offensive line. But they did everything to protect Rattler. They tried to they really try to get the quick game out there. They're real low ADOT.
Mm-hmm. They are not Colorado.
No, they are not trying to protect Shedeur.
Colorado's like, we're going between 11 and empty. You figure it out and run forwards and throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, you're my son, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, Deion Sanders said if he dies, he dies.
Basically. Yeah. All right, so what are your final takes on him here?
Definitely a lot to clean up. Absolutely. Definitely. And I trust Brian Daboll to clean it up if we do draft him. I do trust Brian Daboll because I always bring up the Josh Allen thing. Like Josh Allen had all the tools. He was this just giant clay mold, right? And you're like, yo, listen, kid. And Brian Daboll's like, I'm gonna make you a QB, and he did. With Shedeur, I don't think he's as athletically gifted as Josh, but he has the QB acumen to do it. He said he needs to clean up the feet. He needs to make sure he needs to readjust his internal clock, like Sal said, because of the pressure. It's like, do I have 2 seconds? Do I have 4? Do I have 1? What is going on? Should I throw it now? Should I wait? Because that offensive line really kind of messed things up. But there's I remember that play we were talking about his feet. He was leaning forward. It felt like he was leaning forward and he was off balance. And I think he needs proper one-on-one coaching to fix that up. It's probably receiver QB 3 or 4, in my opinion, maybe. But no one thought Joe Burrow was QB 1 until that year afterwards, and then he became QB 1. So, well, he was just like the Ohio State reject. Now he's Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting with Shedeur. I still have a lot of confidence in him, but here's the thing. He has good arm strength. He's a good athlete. He has good size. He's nothing. He doesn't have any of these elite traits. The way he's going to win is by proving he is like a top of the line quarterback. He has top of the line processing, good footwork, and work out of like, he can improvise, all that type of thing. And first game, you started to see that. And early in the season, you saw that from Shedeur, and that's where he really started getting the attention. If Shedeur continues and has these issues again like this next year, that's gonna hurt him because he doesn't have those physical traits to fall back on like those other guys. It's not that I'm worried about like the floor of his traits. I think he has NFL traits. He just doesn't have elite traits. He has to show he's elite as a football player, as a quarterback. And, that's a lot of the reason why I thought he should have just came out last year. I thought he had a good enough year to show what he has. And it's going to be a lot of expectations for him this year. He has a better line. He has another year in the system. Travis Hunter again. He's brought back his weapons. He's got to show up. So, it's which Shedeur Sanders are you going to see this year? Are you going to see the Shedeur Sanders who, is willing to take those shots and has incredible deep accuracies, finds those, easy reads and hits guys open in stride, all that type of stuff? Or you're going to see this like jumpy, broken Shedeur who's getting killed by a team like Oregon State. No disrespect to Oregon State, but they weren't a powerhouse. They were just like a good football team who ran had a good scheme on defense. So, yeah, man, I think this is a lot of question marks about Shedeur Sanders still.
Yeah, I think he clearly regressed as the season went on, and I think a lot of that was the pressure. I really believe you can see a guy who's just jumpy back there. He's just waiting to get hit on every play. So I do think there's that. We saw that Deion Sanders brought in a ton of offensive linemen through the transfer portal going into this 2024 season. So at least in theory,
and the number one recruit too.
Correct. And so I think at least going into the season, you can expect a functional offensive line. So hopefully he gets that. Assuming he gets that, I'd like to see him really get consistent with his mechanics. There were inconsistent mechanics from play to play, drive to drive. Really, you see it like with the jumpiness a little bit. It doesn't hurt him when things are going well, but when things are not going well, his accuracy's off. So I want to see him really make that more consistent this year. I'm not worried about his improvising and making plays on the run. He's actually pretty good at that. If he has some support from wide receivers getting open, he's going to find them. I like his arm talent. Actually, I love his arm talent. Like the way he sprays the ball all over the field. He really has some ability. But my concerns with him are really, more about like the way he broke under pressure. Like, is that something you can undo? Can you fix that? I want to see that this year. He's going to face some pressure, but I want to see how he handles it. Like, for example, this comes down to being a better game manager, right? Like, if you're facing that kind of pressure, you've got to sense it. You've got to call the line protections. And I know they don't really do a lot of that as college quarterbacks, but you've got to tell your teammates, help me out here. And you have to play like high-end game manager stuff. Like if they're going to bring pressure, just throw it into the blitz, right? Like take the short stuff, keep the chains moving and punish them. So I want to see more of that this year. I know he can make the big plays. Can he make like the chain moving steady plays? That's what I want to see with some consistency this year and just better mechanics.
Yeah, clear, get a little bit quicker on those drop backs, a little smoother feet, and get that ball out quick.
Yep. All right. So that's 2 quarterbacks down. Good thoughts. I appreciate going through that. So we've done Beck, we've done Sanders. I think these are right now the consensus QBs 1 and 2 going into the season. We'll see how they pan out. Next week, I don't know what we're doing next week, but this is fun going through these reviews. Don't mind me. I'm always tired at this hour. But like imagine doing these all 22s by yourself, right? Like where there's nobody's watching and we're sitting there quietly.
And these scouts, man, they have one of the best jobs and one of the worst jobs at the same time. Like it's literally like because like they're not because like they're given areas of the nation. And like imagine being like the Northeast scout for the Giants. And you have to watch like Rutgers tape the past like 10 years. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Varys, thanks a lot for coming, man. We appreciate you always
appreciate you
joining us
guys.
on these. It's another set of eyes to look at it. We really do like that.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming. Unless you have any closing remarks here, Monty.
No, man. Maybe we'll put out a poll or something like that for the next guy we'll watch. We have, some tape and some more guys. Shedeur is one of them. So, it's exciting. Just doing quarterbacks right now because that's all we'll have. But we'll keep doing these, and it's fun.
Yep, and actually we have some fun quarterbacks coming up now. Like everybody knows Shedeur Sanders, and I think for the most part, everybody knows Carson Beck. Now you're going to hear like some of the names where you're like, that guy, really? Who's that? And there's some fun ones that we found that like I think are interesting prospects that the Giants decide to go. I personally don't think they're going first round quarterback this year. Like I don't believe it. So and I'm not banking on it. But if there was ever a year where you could see them maybe saying, you know what, let's take one of these second round guys and see if we can develop them, I could see it being this year. I could absolutely see it be this year. So there's some interesting guys in that list.
What's the second most important position that we need on this team? Because we know we need quarterback. What's after quarterback? Like, what do you guys think?
I think it's going to end up being right tackle after this year.
Okay.
I could see that. I would say interior defensive line. I think with how important the defensive line is to this team, I think having a hole there is going to hurt us. I think we really need to develop
as a partner for Dexter.
3 tech. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And this is a good class coming up. Like I think it's going to be another good defensive line class, but
really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Although there were some really good guys.
Should we have gotten one this year? Should we have gotten one this year?
We wanted one. There were some really good players there from the second round and beyond that we were like, why are we not taking one of these guys? They finished the D line. So, Jenkins in the first round, guys like Dorless later on. I was a big, Leonard Taylor guy. He went undrafted. The Jets grabbed him. But he's a good pass rusher. So Michael Hall, I think he went in the second round, didn't he? He went
Michael Hall, I think so. Is that the Texas A&M kid?
Yeah, he went to the Browns.
Ohio State.
Ohio State kid, okay.
I think he went to the second. A lot of these guys went a lot earlier than I thought, but Brandon Dorless in the fourth was a guy that I would have really liked.
Oh yeah, big fan of Dorless. I thought we were gonna go Newton.
Yeah,
the
but
Commanders.
he went. He fell. They got a steal. Alex is funny. He brought up. He's like, I think you'd like what Garrett Newsheimer put on tape for Georgia and Wisconsin.
He's one of those guys we're talking about.
Yeah, I checked him out this week. I'll send him some tape.
Tweeted about that, right?
I tweeted something out. Yeah, he's interested. Dude has a cannon. Absolute cannon for an arm. So definitely one of the guys.
Not a ton of tape on him, obviously, because he was behind Jaden Daniels, but he's a fun watch. Like he's got a big arm. He's a lot of fun. There's a couple of guys like that who fit that mold, right? Big arms, but maybe you need a lot of things to be fixed. But there are a couple of those guys coming up. So with that, let's close this out. Ferris, you want to give these guys your handle so they can give you a follow?
You can follow me at Ferris Malone on Twitter. I don't know how much I bring to these streams. I just be like, ooh, that looks nice. And then, but overall, thank you guys for allowing me to be on here. It's at Ferris Malone on Twitter, FaresMuthana. I'm also on the Let's Get Ready Network highlights channel, which is our sports channel. Tomorrow we'll be ranking the NFC East defensive positional groups. Pretty sure the Giants are probably going to be number 1 on a couple of those. Unlike the offensive side that we did, they were last on a lot of those.
There you go. Give him a follow, folks. Yeah. You can follow us at He's a Giant Pod. Follow Monty at Monte Cristo at MONTECRI5TO, and you can follow me at Queens_guy. Otherwise, we'll call it a night. We wish you guys a happy weekend. Try to stay sane during training camp. I know I'm doing my best to keep my head above water from all the craziness. I hope you enjoy these videos. Give us some feedback if you get a chance. Tell us what you want to see. We'll try to get some polls out and stuff. But other than that, we'll see you guys next week. Go Giants.
Go Giants.
Go Giants, go.